prep rally brought to you by West Termite Pest and Lawn. The car's gassed up, the engine's warm, and everybody's on board as prep football teams across the state began their journey to the Rock in the Arkansas High School football playoffs on Friday. Both Fayetteville and Bentonville had byes last week, giving them a chance to kind of heal up and recover before starting their playoff runs this week. Now, Fayetteville is scheduled to host Cabot at Harmon Stadium, and Bentonville will host North Little Rock in Tiger Stadium. Cabot routed Springdale Harbor 53-7, and North Little Rock ran over Forth Smith Northside 51-7. So if you're keeping score, the Central outscored the West in those two games by a combined 104-14. All was not doom and gloom for the West, however. Rogers High, hosting its first ever home playoff football game in Whitey Smith Stadium, got 246 yards and 3 touchdowns from Joshua Shepard in a 51-17 win against Little Rock Catholic. The win sends the Mounties into this week's second-round clash at Conway. In the West Termite Pest and Lawn Game of the Week, Forth Smith Northside made sure the Central claimed the first round with a 47-21 win at Bentonville West. The Grizzlies converted 4 first-half West turnovers into points and cruised from there. Northside coach Mike Valor said his defense played extremely well in this game.
Yeah, our defense got a bunch of turnovers tonight, and we took advantage of them. We're very happy with that. We played good until right there to the end. We tried to put everybody in and made some mistakes.
Now, the Grizzlies' 1-2 punch of Sunquist Church and Ty Massey were almost unstoppable. Church gashed the Wolverines for 204 yards and 2 touchdowns on 21 carries, and Massey rushed for 144 yards and 3 touchdowns on 16 carries for Northside. Now, the win sends the Grizzlies into the second round of the playoffs at #1 Bryant this week. Now, photos like the ones seen in today's show can be seen and purchased on our website at nwaonline.com/photo. So be sure and check those out online or in the digital edition of the Northwest Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. Now, if you'd like to see more photos like these from the award-winning NWADG photographers, they're featured in the digital edition every day for subscribers to the Northwest Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. Now, Shiloh Christian opened defense of its Class 4A state championship at home against Cave City. Now, for one quarter, the Saints sputtered offensively, but the second quarter was a different story. Senior linebacker Caden Henley had a pick six, and quarterback Eli Wisdom fired a pair of scoring passes, and the Saints rolled to a 48-7 win. Shiloh Christian coach Jeff Conaway said his team started slow but revved it up for the big win.
The amount of preparation going into the playoffs, it's great to get that first victory. You want to start the playoff season playing well, executing at a high level, and that first quarter was a little iffy for us. We didn't come out with quite the execution that we anticipated. Defense held us in it and got the football back, and once I think we kind of settled down, everything went smoothly.
Now, Wisdom said the big interception return by Henley was a huge spark for his team.
I mean, defense, we need them. So every time it's a big play, we have the opportunity to score or they score, it's big for our team.
Shiloh Christian will host Ashdown this week in the second round of the Class 4A playoffs. You can get more prep sports news with our weekly Prep Rally podcast and Prep Rally Live on tape shows on the NWADG YouTube channel. Just click the subscribe button to access that content each week along with this show. For the podcast, you can listen each week on SoundCloud, Apple, Google Play, Spotify, and Stitcher. Now, down in the River Valley, Ozark hosted Huntsville in a first-round playoff game. The 4A4 champion Hillbillies overcame a sluggish performance in a 48-18 win. Ozark rushed for 394 yards, led by Landon Wright, who rushed for 197 yards and 5 touchdowns. Ozark coach Jeremy Burns said the Hillbillies were able to overcome a lull after an opening possession touchdown.
Yeah, first series came out and scored right off the bat. And second series we had some issues just lining up, getting plays called in time and things like that. But overall, I was really pleased with their effort tonight, offense and defense both.
The win sends the Hillbillies into a home game this week against Crossett. In other games Friday night, Prairie Grove rallied for a 28-10 win at home against Jonesboro Westside. The Tigers trailed early before pulling away for the win. Lamar edged Gentry 21-20 when the Pioneers failed to convert a point after a late touchdown. This week, Lamar will travel to Prairie Grove in the second round of the 4A playoffs. Elkins went on the road and claimed a 29-23 win at Dardanelle. Sophomore running back Deshaun Chairs rushed for more than 200 yards for the Elks. In Class 3A, Boonville hammered Salem 49-21 as Randon Ray scored 3 touchdowns. Also in 3A, Cedarville tied a school record for most wins in a season as the Pioneers topped Atkins 40-12 for the 9th win of the season. Senior running back Darrell Kadich had 238 yards for Cedarville. Also in 3A, Paris edged Riverview 17-14 as quarterback Chase Watts scored a late touchdown for the Eagles. Congratulations to all teams that advanced to the next round of the state playoffs, and good luck on your road to the Rock. That's it for this week's edition of Prep Rally. We'll be back next week as we recap the second round of the state football playoffs. Thanks for watching.